Shadows over Earth. The night sky over Earth was calm, a velvet dome scattered with stars. But far beyond the glittering lights of space, something stirred, a colossal shadow drifting across galaxies, blotting out starlight as it moved. Its form was neither ship nor planet, but something greater, older, alive. The being called Galactus had awakened, his hunger gnawing at the endless void. His gaze fell upon Earth, small and fragile, yet radiant with a life force unlike any other world. On the rooftop of the daily planet in Metropolis, Clark Kent felt it before he saw it. His hearing picked up frequencies that weren't of Earth, cosmic pulses, vibrations in the fabric of reality itself. His eyes turned upward, scanning beyond the atmosphere. The instant he saw the disturbance rippling in the stars, his jaw tightened. Something's coming. Something big. Meanwhile, halfway across the world, the ground shook in New York. Deep beneath the city, Bruce Banner was restless. For weeks, his nightmares had grown violent. Visions of skies burning, oceans collapsing, and a hunger that nothing could satisfy. He jolted awake in his lab as tremors rattled the building. His skin flushed green without his consent. "Banner's scared, but Hulk's not," the voice growled from within. Above Earth's atmosphere, a piercing beam of light cut through the black. The first herald had arrived. The being called Zarathos, a shimmering titan forged from cosmic energy, descended like a meteor trailing flames. His voice echoed across the globe, not through sound but through thought. "By the will of Galactus, this world shall be consumed." The skies warped around him. Clouds twisted, lightning storms raged, and gravity itself bent. Entire cities across the planet looked up in awe and terror as the alien silhouette eclipsed the moon. Superman soared into the air, breaking the sound barrier with each beat of his cape. His eyes burned red as he approached Zarathos above the Atlantic Ocean. The alien turned, his form glowing like molten steel. "Earth is not yours to take," Superman declared, his voice booming even in the vacuum of space. Zarathos tilted his head, amused. "This world teems with life force. Galactus hungers. You cannot defy him." The two collided with a shockwave that rippled down to the seas below, raising tidal waves that battered coastlines. Superman struck first, his fists glowing with solar power, but Zarathos absorbed the blows, redirecting them as bursts of cosmic flame. The ocean boiled under their clash. Back in New York, people screamed as buildings swayed. Banner's hands trembled as alarms blared, glass shattering around him. He couldn't hold back anymore. His roar thundered through the city as the Hulk tore free, his massive form smashing through walls. His eyes locked on the sky, where a strange cosmic storm swirled. "Hulk doesn't like this," he growled. His fists clenched. "Big man in the sky. Hulk smash." The battle above escalated. Superman was fast, faster than light, but Zarathos countered with energy lances that cut across the horizon. Superman was thrown back, crashing into the ocean, sending a geyser hundreds of feet high. The alien raised his hand, summoning a massive vortex in the clouds that threatened to tear apart the eastern seaboard. Then, boom! The Hulk leapt from Manhattan's skyline, a green missile launching himself miles into the air. His fists collided with Zarathos, knocking the cosmic herald off balance. Superman shot upward again, shaking off the salt water, and the two titans locked eyes for the first time. They didn't speak. They didn't need to. The threat above Earth was bigger than either of them alone. For the first time, Superman and Hulk stood shoulder to shoulder, staring down the fiery giant who served a god of hunger. Below them, the world trembled. Civilians fled into shelters, governments scrambled their militaries, and scientists frantically searched for answers. But deep in space, far beyond mortal comprehension, Galactus stirred. His silhouette, larger than Earth itself, began to shift. His hunger burned brighter. Earth was next, and the shadows had only just begun to fall. The wrath of Titans. The air burned with the sound of clashing gods. Superman hovered in the storm-torn skies, his cape shredded by fire and lightning, while the Hulk landed hard on the Atlantic waves, his fists cracking the surface of the ocean like stone. Above them, the herald of Galactus, Zarathos, rose again, his body blazing like a living star. The cosmic giant sneered. "Two champions. Two insects. Your defiance is meaningless." With a sweep of his arm, Zarathos unleashed an energy wave that split the sea apart, walls of water towering higher than skyscrapers. Entire coastlines trembled under the assault. Superman shot forward, carving through the storm. His fists struck Zarathos's chest with solar-charged force, knocking the herald back, but the alien hardly flinched. He countered with a blast of pure cosmic fire that hurled Superman miles across the sky. Below, Hulk roared, leaping through falling sheets of rain. He smashed into Zarathos midair, driving both of them down into the ocean. The impact created a tsunami that surged toward the eastern seaboard. Cities screamed under the advancing wall of water. Superman reappeared in an instant, straining against the surge, his heat vision boiling the incoming waves into steam before they could swallow Manhattan. His body shook from the effort, but he held firm. "Banner, keep him down," Superman shouted. "Hulk doesn't need to be told," the green Goliath bellowed, raining blow after blow on Zarathos beneath the waves. Each strike shook the ocean floor, but the herald only laughed, glowing brighter. Then, from the depths, a colossal burst of energy erupted. The ocean exploded outward, flinging Hulk hundreds of feet into the air. Zarathos rose on a pillar of fire, towering, unstoppable. His voice thundered in every mind across the planet. "Your resistance feeds the hunger. Galactus comes." Across the globe, panic spread. Telescopes locked onto the growing shape in space, an outline larger than Earth itself. Governments scrambled their missiles, but scientists knew the truth. No human weapon could stop what was coming. Back in the skies, Hulk crashed onto a fragment of floating debris, teeth clenched, his rage boiling hotter. His body began to glow faintly, gamma energy surging like a furnace. "Big shiny man thinks Hulk weak," he growled. "Hulk show him." With a roar, he leapt again, smashing into Zarathos with force enough to shatter mountains. For the first time, the herald staggered. Superman seized the moment. Blazing with solar fury, he unleashed a barrage of blows at near-light speed, each punch cracking the cosmic armor of their foe. Together, the two titans struck in tandem, raw rage and disciplined power intertwining. But Zarathos was far from finished. He erupted with an explosion of cosmic energy that sent both heroes flying. Superman tumbled across the storm clouds, coughing blood, while Hulk crashed into the ocean, stunned but furious. Hovering above them, the herald's eyes blazed brighter than the sun. "You cannot kill what is eternal. Galactus's hunger will consume this planet, as it has countless others." Superman wiped blood from his lip, his chest heaving. "Maybe you've destroyed other worlds," he said, his voice trembling with defiance. "But this is Earth, and we don't bow to gods." He rocketed upward again, ignoring the searing pain in his muscles. Hulk followed, leaping from the water like a missile, his roar drowning out the thunder. For the first time, Zarathos faltered, not from weakness, but from something alien to him, unity. These two beings, so different, so volatile, had found a rhythm. Superman's speed opened cracks in the herald's defenses. Hulk's power smashed through them. Strike after strike, they forced Zarathos onto the defensive. Yet even as the battle raged, the skies darkened further. A massive shadow fell across the planet. Galactus himself had arrived. His voice was a whisper and a quake all at once, echoing across existence. "This world shall feed me." The oceans rose higher, the ground trembled, and the heavens bent. Superman and Hulk froze for a moment, realizing they had only been fighting the prologue to something far greater. The wrath of Titans was only beginning, and Earth was hanging by a thread. The Devourer's Fall. The sky split apart as the colossal shadow of Galactus consumed the stars. His form stretched across the heavens, a living mountain of cosmic power, eyes burning like collapsing suns. The ocean churned beneath his presence, cities quaked, and billions of humans watched in horror as the Devourer of Worlds prepared to feed. Superman hovered in the storm above the Atlantic, battered and bruised, his cape torn to ribbons. The Hulk floated on a chunk of broken debris, his chest heaving, gamma energy sparking off his skin in furious waves. Above them, the herald Zarathos hovered defiantly, though cracks now glowed across his molten body where their blows had struck true. Then came Galactus's voice, deep as the void itself, vibrating through every molecule of Earth. This world is rich. Its essence sings. It will be mine. Superman's fists clenched. Not while I'm still breathing. Hulk's eyes narrowed, his voice a guttural snarl. Not while Hulk still smashes. Together, they surged into the air. Superman flew first, streaking like a comet toward Zarathos, while Hulk leapt skyward with earth-shaking force, leaving a crater in the ocean behind him. Their collision with the Herald sent shockwaves through the atmosphere. Zarathos screamed as Superman's heat vision carved across his chest, and Hulk's fists slammed into his skull with bone-cracking thunder. The cosmic servant staggered, weakened beyond measure. But Galactus was not idle. The Devourer extended one enormous hand, and the very skies bent. Reality twisted as a great siphon of energy formed, pulling at Earth's core. Volcanoes erupted, rivers boiled, and the planet groaned under the weight of its slow death. Superman turned, horror flooding his eyes. He's already feeding. The Hulk roared in fury. No. Earth is Hulk's home. Gamma energy flared as Hulk smashed Zarathos into fragments of light, scattering him across the storm. With the herald broken, both heroes fixed their gaze on the god towering above them. They shared a single look. For once, words were unnecessary. Superman soared higher, climbing through the stratosphere, until his body blazed with solar fire. He opened himself fully to the sun, absorbing every photon, every ounce of energy. His skin glowed brighter and brighter, until he was a living star. "Hulk!" Superman shouted over the roar of the storm. "I'll break the armor. You finish it." The Green Titan grinned, teeth bared. "Finally. A plan Hulk likes." Together, they launched their assault. Superman shot into Galactus's chest plate at speeds beyond comprehension, his body a burning spear of sunlight. The cosmic armor cracked, shattering under the impossible force. Hulk followed, leaping higher than he ever had before, rage powering him into the breach. "This planet is Hulk's," he bellowed, smashing his fists into Galactus's wound. Gamma energy detonated outward like a nuclear blast, tearing open the armor, forcing Galactus to stagger. The Devourer roared in pain, a sound that shook the stars. His hand released the siphon, and Earth stopped trembling, for the moment. But Galactus was far from defeated. He swung his cosmic arm, releasing a shockwave that hurled Superman across orbit. Hulk clung to the wound he had made, pounding relentlessly, refusing to let go. "Get clear, Hulk!" Superman shouted, streaking back, his body blazing hotter than ever. "This ends now." Superman's eyes glowed, his voice a low growl of determination. He flew upward, closer and closer to the sun. His body ignited into blinding brilliance as he absorbed one final surge of power. Then, with every ounce of strength left, he hurled himself down like a meteor. The strike landed with unimaginable force, a spear of solar fire driving straight into Galactus's chest where Hulk had torn open the armor. The explosion lit the sky brighter than dawn, blinding the world for an instant. Galactus staggered. His form convulsed, his booming voice echoing with rage and disbelief. "Impossible. Two mortals cannot." But the Titan faltered. His form withdrew, pulling back into the void of space, retreating, his hunger unsated. Superman fell from the heavens, his body dimming, exhausted beyond words. Hulk crashed into the sea below, battered but alive, his roar of triumph echoing over the waves. The world held its breath. And then, silence. Galactus was gone. The skies cleared. The stars returned. Earth had survived. On a shattered coastline, Superman floated weakly to the surface, coughing seawater. Hulk pulled himself onto the rubble of a ruined pier, bloodied but grinning. Superman managed a weary smile. "You did good, Banner." Hulk frowned, then shrugged. Hulk didn't smash enough. But Hulk likes fighting with Cape Man. The two Titans, so different, stood together under the broken sky. Their battle had saved Earth, but the scars would remain, a reminder of how close they had come to annihilation. Superman gazed upward, his eyes hard. "He'll come back one day." Hulk cracked his knuckles. Then Hulk smash again. For now, though, the world was safe. The people of Earth would live another day. And in their darkest hour, they would remember. When gods came to devour, two Titans stood as one.